A Jewish Resource Guide. Chapter 1. A Jewish Guide. Jewish articles at learnreligions.com/Judaism-4684864. Free and current. Judaism websites from dmoz-odp.org/society/religion_and_spirituality/Judaism. Subcategories. Brit Milah. Family. Hebrew. Holidays and observances. Holy Scrolls and Scribes. Jewish Calendar. Kashrut. Mysticism. Opposing views. Torah. Communities. Denominations. Education. Anti-missionary. Arts. Ask an expert. Camps. Chats and forums. Directories. Genealogy. History. Mashiach. Museums. Organizations. Personal pages. Personalities. Philosophy. Publications. Radio and television. Science and Judaism. Shopping. Simhas. Singles. Symbols. Travel. Web design and development. Religious culture of Jews. bbc.co.uk/religion/Judaism, BBC Online, Judaism, Review of the Religion, its Ethics and History. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Judaism, Wikipedia, Judaism, encyclopedia article containing detailed information on principles of faith, history, philosophy, prayer, law, clergy, denominations, and relationships with other religions. Jewish websites. 1. Jews believe they are God's chosen people based on a covenant between Abraham and God. The 12 tribes of Judah scattered around the earth. They now wait for God to return just like Christians wait for Jesus to return. The Ashkenazi Jews are people who settled in Khazar, which is modern-day Ukraine, who converted to Judaism in 740. The king wanted religion to tame the people down. He figured Judaism was the best way to anger the least amount of people, because if he picked Christianity or Islam, he would have angered the other majority group. Zionists are apostate Jews, sometimes called fake Jews or political Jews, people who use the Jewish religion as a shield to do their selfish evil acts. According to the protocols of the elders of the Zion, they want to control the world. Jews have the Torah, the Old Testament of the Bible, and the Talmud. Judaism has 3 main denominations: Orthodox, Conservative and Reform. Jewish people worship in synagogues. The religious leader is called a rabbi. Books about Judaism are at number 296 at the library. jewishlibraries.org. talmudical.blogspot.ca/chiddingstone.kent.schuk/homework/religion/jewish.htm. newworldencyclopedia.org/entry/Israelites. newworldencyclopedia.org/land_of_Israel. newworldencyclopedia.org/entry/Canaan, Canaan. newworldencyclopedia.org/entry/Hebrew_Bible, Hebrew Bible, is known as the Tanakh. newworldencyclopedia.org/entry/Torah, first 5 books of the Tanakh: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. bbc.co.uk/religion/Judaism/history/Moses_1.html, Moses, the Jewish prophet. newworldencyclopedia.org/entry/10_commandments, 10 commandments. janul.hug.ac.il/dl/map/j/index.html, Jerusalem. jewishencyclopedia.com. jewfaq.org. mygewishlearning.com. jewishjournal.com. shalomplace.com. reflectingonjudaism.com. jewishvirtuallibrary.org. ort.org/asp/default.asp, training, education, Bible, Jewish. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/israelite_school_of_universal_practical_knowledge. kosherdelight.com, kosher delight. jewfaq.org. newjerseyjewishnews.com, newjerseyjn.com, New Jersey Jewish News. torah.org. ucalgary.ca/lsiegel/talmudpage.html. jawan.co.il/org/archival, Jewish National and University Library in Jerusalem. jawan.co.il/11/elect/his, historical documents. jawan.co.il/11/elect/arch, the Judaica Archival Project. cscmu.edu/afs/cse/miscellaneous/judaica/readme.html, Judaica Collection. shamazh.org/trb/judaism.html. jewishnet.net/lib.html. sunzite.unc.edu/yiddish. sunzite.unc.edu/yiddish/library.html. sunzite.unc.edu/pub/academic/languages/yiddish/recipes. jstandard.com, Jewish Standard. b-true.org. bnaibrith.org/Jewish_holiday_calendar.cfm. sfjcf.org/resources/jholidays, California, Jews, Hebrew, celebrations, customs. beingjewish.com. jewishworldreview.com. kabbalah-center.blogspot.com. virtualcantor.com. dailyjews.com. jewishvirtuallibrary.org, Jewish Virtual Library. utj.org, Union for Traditional Judaism. oimagazine.claritas.org. takai.org.il. afhu.org. cbiboca.org, Congregation B'nai Israel, Boca Raton, FL. ash.com, Judaism, the Jewish website. ash.com/holidays, Jewish holidays. ajc.org, Jewish Committee. torah.org. jawan.co.il/org/archival, Judaica Archival Project. cscmu.edu/afs/cse/miscellaneous/judaica/readme.html, Judaica Collection. shamazh.org/trb/judaism.html, Judaism and Jewish Resources. jewishnet.net. sunzite.unc.edu/yiddish. sunzite.unc.edu/yiddish/library.html, the Yiddish Language and Culture Library. ajr.org.uk, the Association of Jewish Refugees. ajws.org, American Jewish World Service. alljudaica.com. allthingsjewish.com. americanjewisharchives.org. americanzefardifederation.org. aronson.com, books. artscroll.com. askienta.com. atlantajewishtimes.com. avodainu.com, info@avodainu.com, 800 Avatenu, Jewish genealogy. avodainu.com/ajbp.html, Jewish book publishers. beingjewish.com. bethezekiel.org/museum/exhibit.htm. bnaibirth.org/ijm. Canadian hadassahwizo.org. ccarnet.org, American Rabbis. Chabad.org. 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 chilefieline.org, 800-343-2527, Jewish Medical Support Group, Summer Camp for Kids. chernayak.on.ca/kollel. chosenpeople.com. Jewish websites too. cjh.org, Center for Jewish History. cjnews.com, Canada. cjp.org, Combined Jewish Philanthropies. Claylorg, Jewish Wisdom. ClevelandJewishNews.com. Columbia.edu/cu/JSU. Congregations. Cross-currents.com. CUNY.edu/YEVO, Jewish Research. Dovetailinstitute.org, Jewish Christian. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Jewish_summer_camps_in_Maine. FAQs.org/FAQs/Judaism/reading-list/periodicals. FedUJA.org. FloridaJewishNews.com. FSUmonitor.com. Haaretz.com. Hachai.com, books. Hadassah.org. HebrewCollege.edu. HebrewZongs.com. Hebrutz.org. HebMagazine.com. Hillel.org, students. HUC.edu, reform. HUM.hug.ac.il/dinur, the Jewish History Resource Center. Israel.nizernet.org/Israel. JIZ-ed.org. JCCNV.org, Jewish Community Center of Northern Virginia. jcron.co.uk, newspaper. JDC.org, the American Jewish Joint Distribution Committee, aids Jews in distress overseas. JewFAQ.org. 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 JewishAgency.org. JewishAppleseed.org. JewishAZ.com. JewishBlogging.com. JewishBooks.org. JewishCulture.org. JewishDuchess.org, Dutchess County. JewishEncyclopedia.com. JewishEncyclopedia.com. JewishExponent.com. JewishFamily.com. JewishFilm.com. JewishGen.com, genealogy. JewishGen.org, Jewish genealogy. JewishGen.org/AJGS, Jewish genealogy. JewishHartford.org, the Jewish Community of Greater Hartford, CT. JewishInc.com. JewishInstitute.org.pl, Poland. JewishJournal.com. JewishLaw.org. JewishLedger.com. JewishLife.org. JewishMag.com. JewishMusic.com. JewishNet.net. JewishOmaha.org. JewishPost.com. JewishPub.org, books. JewishQuarterly.org. JewishSef.com. JewishSightseeing.com. JewishSoftware.com. JewishSource.com. JewishTelegraph.com, England, Scotland. JewishTimes.com. Jewish-traditions.info. JewishVA.org, Virginia. JewishVideo.com. JewishVirtualLibrary.org. JewishVirtualLibrary.org. Jewish-Winnipeg.com. JewishWorldReview.com. JewishWorldReview.com. Jews-for-Allah.org. JewsForJudaism.org. JewWatch.com. JewWatch.com, anti-Jewish. JewWatch.com, keeping a close watch on Jewish communities, organizations. JEYREP.org, Jewish Radical Education Project. JGSNewYork.org, Jewish Genealogical Society Incorporated. JHSGW.org, Jewish History, Washington, D.C. JHVC.org. JNF.org, Jewish National Fund. JOFA.org. JOI.org. JOI.org, the Jewish Outreach Institute. JonathanDavidOnline.com, books. JPFO.org, Jews for the Preservation of Firearms Ownership. JPR.org.uk, Policy Research. jr.co.il/hotsite/j-hdila.htm, Jewish Holidays. jtsa.edu, Conservative. jtsa.edu/library, Jewish Library. Jewish Websites 3. Judaism.miningco.com. jwmag.org, Jewish woman. Carben.com, books. Kashrut.com, kosher information source. Kayama.org, Jewish divorce. Kipoti.com. Kosherquest.org. Koshersex.com. lilythmag.com. lubavitch.chabad.org. masua.org. maven.co.il. micahbooks.com. momentmag.com. motherlodejc.org, Jewish community in California. myjewishlearning.com. nic.funti.fi/pub/doc/bible/hebrew. newjerseyjewishnews.com. faqs.org/faqs/judaism. ort.org/ng.htm, Jewish youth. orthohelp.com, Orthodox. ou.org, Orthodox Jews. passoverzeit.org. pitkron.com, Pittsburgh newspaper. arabis.org, Orthodox. radicaltorah.org, Jewish radical. randomhouse.com/Skokan. religioustolerance.org. rhpa.org, Baptist Jews. rice.edu/campuslife/org/hillel. rj.org, Reformed Zionists. rudistoots.com, Jewish genealogy. rrc.edu, Reconstructionist. sallyfingaret.com, Jewish music. searchgive.com/charity/American_Jewish_joint_distribution_committee. sephardicjournal.org. sephardicstudies.org. sfjcf.org/jholidays, Jewish holidays. shalomla.net, Los Angeles. shalomscrapper.com, Jewish scrapbooking paper. shamazh.org. shamazh.org/kosher, kosher restaurants, Jewish. shamazh.org/trb/judaism.html. shamazh.org/trb/judaism.html. sites.hug.ac.il/journal/index.html, Jewish studies. somethingjewish.co.uk. somethingjewish.co.uk. sukkot.com. sunpublications.com, Kansas City Jewish Chronicle. sunzite.unc.edu/Yiddish. teenisrael.org. theajc.nl.ca, Canada. thejewishjournal.com. thejewishweek.com. thejewishwoman.org. tikkun.org. tjc.8k.com, choral group singing Jewish music in Raleigh, NC. topjewishfoundation.org. torah.org. torahaura.com, Jewish books. torahtots.com. 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 totallyjewish.com. tzevos-hashem.org. uahc.org, American Hebrew. uahc.org, the Union of American Hebrew. uahc.org/rjmag. ujc.org, United Jewish Communities, 877-277-2477. urj.org. urj.org, Customs and Traditions of Reform Jews. urj.org, Union for Reform Judaism. uscj.org/metnewyork/middletown/jewish.htm. uscj.org/metnewyork/middletown/jewish.htm. usham.org, Holocaust Museum. wayrt.org. wijewishconference.org, the Wisconsin Jewish Conference. wnet.org/tenement, Museum. worldmonuments.org. yad-vashem.org.il. yahoo.com, synagogue schedules. zigzagworld.com/hunt5757.htm. zoots.com/cj/judaic. socculture.jewish. socculture.jewish.parenting. Jewish websites for ccarnet.org, Central Conference of American Rabbis, Reformed. Judaism. 212-972-3636. rrc.edu/reconstructionism/rara.htm, Reconstructionist Rabbinical Association. 215-576-5210. Fax, 215-576-8051. Rabbassembly.org, International Association of Conservative Rabbis. 212-280-6000. Arabis.org, the Rabbinical Council of America Orthodox Rabbis. 212-807-7888. Fax, 212-727-8452. Chabad.org, Chabad Organization. 718-774-4000. Fax, 718-774-2718. American Jewish Congress. 155 East 84th Street. New York, New York, 10028. 212-879-4500. American Jewish World Service. 15 West 26th Street. 9th FL. NYC 10010. 212-683-1161. Overseas Relief Agency. American Jewish Historical Society. 2 Thornton Road. Waltham, Massachusetts, 02154. Amit Magazine. 817 Broadway. NYC 10003 to 4761. Jewish Women. Association of Jewish Libraries. 1327 Winter Creek Lane. Dunwoody, Georgia, 30338. Bombronze Tablet Co. 800-992-7377. BehrmanHouse.com. 800-221-2755. Book of Jewish Thought, a Journal of Torah Scholarship. Orthodox Union. 333 7th Avenue. New York, New York, 10001. Central Conference of American Rabbis. 192 Lexington Avenue. New York, New York, 10016. 212-684-4990. Fax 212-689-1649. Cooper Shop. Jewish Museum. 1109 5th Avenue. NYC 10128. 212-423-3211. Dovetail Newsletter for Christian Jewish Families. 3014 Folsom Street. Boulder, Colorado, 80304. Ergo Media. 668 Front Street. Teaneck, New Jersey, 07666. 800-695-3746. Videos about Jewish life. Ergo Media. New Jersey. 800-695-3746. JewishVideo.com. Gallery Robin. Jewish Life. Tennessee. 800-635-8279. Judaica-online.com. Glimpse of Judaica. California. 800-546-1776. Hamaker Judaica. 6112 North Lincoln Avenue. Chicago, Illinois, 60659. 800-426-2567. JewishSource.com. Source for everything Jewish. Jewish Bookstore. 2028 Murray Avenue. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 15217. 800 Judaism. Jewish Book Society. 800-234-3151. Jewish Lights Books. 800-962-4544. JewishLights.com. Jewish Currents Magazine. 22 East 17th Street. Number 601. NYC 10003. Jewish Homemaker Magazine. 391, Troy Avenue. Brooklyn, New York, 11213. Jewish Monthly. 1640, Rhode Island Avenue. NW. Washington, D.C., 20036. Jewish Museum Shop. 1109, Fifth Avenue. NYC 10028. 212-860-1866. JewishMusic.com. 800-827-4000. Jewish Publication Society. 1930, Chestnut Street. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19103. 800-234-3151. Judaica Occasions. 800-336-2291. MonziNewYork.com/JudahCai. Carben Books. 6800 Tildenwood Lane. Rockville, Maryland, 20852. 800-4 Carben. 800-452-7236. Carben.com. Lilith, The Jewish Women's Magazine. 250 West 57th Street. Number 1328. New York, New York, 10019. 212-757-0818. Menorah, Sparks of Jewish Renewal. Public Resource Center. 1747 Connecticut Avenue. NW. Washington, D.C. 20009. 202-483-7902. Museum of Tolerance Gifts. 800-553-5383. Rabbinical Assembly. 3080 Broadway. New York, New York, 10027. 212-678-8060. Fax 212-749-9166. Reconstructionism Today. 30 Old Whitfield Road. Accord, New York, 12404. Source for Everything Jewish. Niles, I.L. 800-426-2567. Synagogue Council of America. 327 Lexington Avenue. New York, New York, 10016. 212-686-8670. United Synagogue Review. 155 Fifth Avenue. NYC 10010. Union of American Hebrew Organizations. 838 Fifth Avenue. New York, New York, 10021. 212-249-0100. Union of Orthodox Jewish Congregations of America. 333 7th Avenue. 18th FL. New York, New York, 10001. 212-563-4000. United Synagogue of Conservative Judaism. 155 Fifth Avenue. New York, New York, 10010. 212-533-7800. World Union for Progressive Judaism. 838 Fifth Avenue. New York, New York, 10021. 212-622-2170. Jewish colleges/universities. Most Jewish schools are located in New York. If you want more information, look in the New York phone book. Hillel.org, Foundation for Jewish Campus Life. bjfz.info/scholarships-college-jewish.htm. jtsa.edu/library, Jewish Library. jtsa.edu/list/lcsc/career.shtml. thejewishpeople.org/jsc/college.html. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/list_college. Brandeis.edu, the only non-sectarian Jewish-sponsored college or university in the United States. Association of Jewish Libraries. 1327 Winter Creek Lane. Dunwoody, Georgia, 30338. Coalition for the Advancement of Jewish Education. 261 West 35th Street. Floor 12A. NYC 10001. Jewish Education Service of North America. 730 Broadway. 2nd FL. NYC 10003 to 9540. 212-529-2000. Fax, 212-529-2009. jsna@9.netcom.com. Directory of Jewish Schools. Jewish Foundation for Education of Women. 330 West 58th Street. NYC 10019. 212-265-2565. National Association of Hebrew Day School PTAs. 160 Broadway. New York, New York 10038. 212-227-1000. Fax, 212-406-6934. Book Jewish Parent Connection. Rabbinical Council of America. 305 7th Avenue. NYC 10001. Arabis.org. California. Hebrew Union College. Jewish Institute of Religion. 3077 University Avenue. La California 90007-3796. 213-749-3424. Fax, 213-747-6128. huc.edu. University of Judaism. 15600 Mulholland Drive. La California 90077. 310-476-9777. uj.edu. Yeshiva or Elkanan Chabad. West Coast Talmudic Seminary. 7215 Waring Avenue. La California 90046. 213-937-3763. Colorado. Yeshiva Jewish Seminary. 1555 Stewart Street. Denver, Colorado 80204. 303-629-8200. ourworld.compuserve.com/homepages/adar_corp/yeshivat.htm. Florida. Talmudic College of Florida. 1910 Altori Road. Miami Beach, Florida 33139. 305-534-7050. Fax, 305-534-8444. talmudicu.edu. Illinois. Hebrew Theological College. 7135 Carpenter Road. Skokie, Illinois 60077-3263. 847-674-7750. htcnet.edu. Maryland Jewish Universities. Baltimore Hebrew University. 5800 Park Heights Avenue. Baltimore, Maryland 21215. 410-578-6967. Fax, 410-578-6840. bhu.edu. Graduate School. 410-578-6967. Fax, 410-578-6940. Baltimore Hebrew University. 5800 Park Heights Avenue. Baltimore, Maryland 21215. 410-578-6900. bhu.edu. Massachusetts. Hebrew College. 160 Herrick Road. Newton Center, Massachusetts 02459. 617-559-8619. Fax, 617-559-8600. Admissions at hebrewcollege.edu. hebrewcollege.edu. Graduate School. 617-559-8612. Fax, 617-559-8600. Registrar at hebreweollege.edu. Michigan. Yeshiva Beth Yehuda. Yeshiva Gedola of Detroit. 24600 Greenfield Street. Oak Park, Michigan 48237. 810-968-3360. Missouri. Jewish Hospital College of Nursing and Allied Health. St. Louis, Missouri 63110. 314-454-7057. New Jersey. Beth Midrash Govoha. 617 6th Street. Lakewood, New Jersey 08701. 732-367-1060. Rabbi Jacob Joseph School. 1 Plainfield Avenue. Edison, New Jersey 08817. 732-985-6533. Rabbinical College of America. 226 Sussex Avenue. Morristown, New Jersey 07960. 973-267-9404. Fax 973-267-5208. rca.edu. Talmudic Academy of New Jersey. RT 524. Adelphia, New Jersey 07710. 732-431-1600. New York. Darkey Inom Rabbinical College. Brooklyn, New York 11210. Hebrew Union College. Jewish Institute of Religion. NYC 10012-1186. 212-674-5300. Fax 212-388-1720. huc.edu. Jewish Theological Seminary. 3080 Broadway. NYC 10027. 212-678-8832. jtsa.edu. Maxikei Hadath Rabbinical College. 5407 16th Avenue. Brooklyn, New York 11204. 718-854-8777. Fax 718-851-1265. Talmudical Institute of Upstate New York. 769 Park Avenue. Rochester, New York 14607. 585-473-2810. Fax 585-442-0417. Yeshiva University. 500 West 185th Street. NYC 10033. 212-960-5400. yu.edu. Ohio. Cleveland College of Jewish Studies. 26500 Shaker Boulevard. Beechwood, Ohio 44122-7116. 216-464-4050. Fax 216-464-5827. ccjs.edu. Hebrew Union College. Cincinnati, Ohio 45220-2488. 513-221-1875. Fax 513-221-0321. huc.edu. Laura and Alvin Siegel College of Judaic Studies. 26500 Shaker Boulevard. Beechwood, Ohio 44122. 216-464-4050. Fax 216-464-5827. Admissions at ciegalcollege.edu. ciegalcollege.edu. Rabbinical College of Telshi. 28400 Euclid Avenue. Wickliffe, Ohio 44092-2584. 440-943-5300. Fax 440-943-5303. Pennsylvania. Gratz College. Melrose, PK, PA 19027. 635-7302. Reconstructionist Rabbinical College. 1299 Church Road, Wyncote, Pennsylvania 19095. rrc.edu. Talmudical Yeshiva, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19131. 215-473-1212. Jewish Schools of the Association of Advanced Rabbinical and Talmudic Schools. The following are schools accredited by the Association of Advanced Rabbinical and Talmudic Schools. Association of Advanced Rabbinical and Talmudic Schools. 175 Fifth Avenue, number 711, NYC 10010. 212-477-0950. California. Yeshiva or Elkanan Talmudic Seminary. 7215 Waring Avenue, La California 90046. School of Judaism. 15600 Mulholland Drive, Bel Air, California 90077. 310-476-9777. uj.edu. Colorado. Yeshiva Toresheim Talmudical Seminary. 1555 Stewart Street, Denver, Colorado 80204. Connecticut. Bays Benjamin Academy. 132 Prospect Street, Stamford, Connecticut 06901. Florida. Talmudic College. 1910 Alton Road, Miami Beach, Florida 33139. Yeshiva Gedola Rabbinical College. 1140 Alton Road, Miami Beach, Florida 33139. Illinois. Spiritus Institute for Jewish Studies. Distance learning admissions. 618 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois 60605. 312-922-9012. College at spiritus.edu. Spiritus.edu. MSc, PhD in Jewish Studies. Telshi Yeshiva. 3535 West Foster Avenue, Chicago, Illinois 60625. Maryland. Baltimore Hebrew University. Baltimore, Maryland 21215-3996. 410-578-6922. Fax, 410-578-6940. bhu.edu. Ne Israel Rabbinical College. M.T. Wilson, L.N. Baltimore, Maryland 21208. Michigan. Yeshiva Beth Yehuda. 24600 Greenfield, Oak Park, Michigan 48237. New Jersey. Beth Midrash Govoha. 617 6th Street, Lakewood, New Jersey 08701. Rabbinical College of America. 226 Sussex Avenue, Morristown, New Jersey 07960. Rabbi Jacob Joseph School. 1 Plainfield Avenue, Edison, New Jersey 08817. Talmudical Academy. RT 524. Adelphia, New Jersey 07710. New York. Beth Hamdrash Sharei Yosher. 4102 16th Avenue, Brooklyn, New York 11204. Beth HaTalmud Rabbinical College. 2127 82nd Street, Brooklyn, New York 11214. Beth Midrash Govoha. Lakewood, New Jersey 08701-2797. Central Yeshiva Tomche. 841-853 Ocean Parkway, Brooklyn, New York 11230. Darkei Inom Rabbinical College. 2822 Ave. J. Brooklyn, New York 11210. Hebrew Union College. Jewish Institute of Religion. 1 West 4th Street, NYC 10012. HUC.edu. Jewish Theological Seminary of America. 3080 Broadway. NYC 10027. JTSA.edu. Kehelath Yaakov Rabbinical Seminary. 206 Wilson Street. Brooklyn, New York 11211. Kol Yaakov Torah Center. 29 West Maple Avenue. Monsey, New York 10952. Maxikei Hadath Rabbinical College. 5407 16th Avenue. Brooklyn, New York 11204. Mesivta of Eastern Parkway. 510 Dahill Road. Brooklyn, New York 11218. Mesivta Tifereth Jerusalem. 141 E Broadway. NYC 10002. Mesivta Torah Vodath Seminary. 425 East 9th Street. Brooklyn, New York 11218. Murr Yeshiva. 1795 Ocean Parkway. Brooklyn, New York 11223. Or Hamir Seminary. Furnace Woods RD. POB 2130. Cortlandt Manor, New York 10567. Or Somayuk. Tannenbaum Educational Center. POB 334. Monsey, New York 10952. Rabbinical Academy Mesivta. 1593 Coney Island Avenue. Brooklyn, New York 11230. Rabbinical College. 1876 50th Street. Brooklyn, New York 11204. Rabbinical College Bobover Yeshiva. 1577 48th Street. Brooklyn, New York 11219. Rabbinical College of Long Island. 201 Magnolia Boulevard. Long Beach, New York 11561. Rabbinical College of Or Shimon. 215 to 217 Hughes St. Brooklyn, New York 11211. Rabbinical Seminary M. Korheim. 1571 55th Street. Brooklyn, New York 11219. Rabbinical Seminary of America. 92 to 1569th Ave. Forest Hills, New York 1375. Rabbinical Seminary Adas Urim. 185 Wilson Street. Brooklyn, New York 11211. Shor Yoshuv Rabbinical College. 1526 Central Avenue. Far Rockaway, New York 11691. Talmudical Institute. 769 Park Avenue. Rochester, New York 14607. Talmudical Seminary. 667 Eastern Parkway. Brooklyn, New York 11213. Torah Temimah Talmudical Seminary. 507 Ocean Parkway. Brooklyn, New York 11218. United Talmudical Seminary. 82 Lee Avenue. Brooklyn, New York 11211. Yeshiva and Kollel. 73 Main Street. Monsey, New York 10952. Yeshiva and Kollel. 1049 East 15th Street. Brooklyn, New York 11230. Yeshiva Derek Heim. 1573 39th Street. Brooklyn, New York 11218. Yeshiva D. Monsey Rabbinical College. 16 Roman Boulevard. Monsey, New York 10952. Yeshiva Gedola Imre. 1460 56th Street. Brooklyn, New York 11219. Yeshiva Karlin Stalin. 1818 54th Street. Brooklyn, New York 11204. Yeshiva Mikdash Malek. 1326 Ocean Parkway. Brooklyn, New York 11230. Yeshiva Novo Minsk. 1569 47th Street. Brooklyn, New York 11219. Yeshiva of Nitra. Pinesbridge RD. MT Kisco, New York 10549. Yeshiva of Telshi Alumni. 4904 Independence Avenue, Riverdale, New York 10471. Yeshiva University. 500 West 185th Street, NYC 10033. 212-960-5277. Yeshiva Shar HaTorah. 83 to 96 117th St. Kew Gardens, New York 11415. Yeshiva Viznitz. 15 Elion Road, Monsey, New York 10952. Yeshiva Zikron Moshe. Laurel Park RD. S. Fallsburg, New York 12779. Ohio. Rabbinical College of Telshi. 28400 Euclid Avenue, Wickliffe, Ohio 40092. Pennsylvania. Talmudical Yeshiva. 6063 Drexel Road, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19131. Yeshiva Beth Moshe. 930 Hickory Street, Pog 1141. Scranton, Pennsylvania 18505. Chapter 2. Jewish Resource Guide. Jewish American Business/Jewish Job Websites. JewishJobs.com. JVS-Boston.org. IAJBS.org, International Association of Jewish Vocational Services. JCSANA.org, Seems Dead, Jewish Professional Org. LawJewishChamber.com. ADL.org, Anti-Defamation League. AJC.org, Global Jewish Advocacy. CareersAtWork.org, Atlanta. IAJBS.org, Jewish Vocational Services. Jeli-Joblink.org, Jewish Education Leadership Institute job site. Jeli-Joblink.org, Jewish Education Leadership Institute. GemMontreal.org. JewCentral.com/Jewish_jobs.html, Jewish Professionals. Jewish.com. JewishHospital.com/jobopportunities.asp. JewishInSanDiego.org/career_job_detail.html. JewishInSt.Louis.org/career_home.html. JewishJobFinder.com. JewishJobFinder.com/career_development/career_guidance.html. JewishJobs.com. JewishNet.net. JFCS-Atlanta.org, Jewish Family and Career Services. JFSCentralNewJersey.com, Jewish Family Service of Central Jersey. JFSColumbus.org/service/careerlinks.htm, Jewish Family Services. JHHS.org/jobopportunities.asp, Jewish Hospital Healthcare Services. JVS.org, Jewish Employment Network. JVS.org, Jewish Vocational Service, San Francisco. JVS.org, Jewish Vocational Service, San Francisco. JVS.org, Jewish Vocational Service. JVS.org, Jewish Vocational Service. JVS-Boston.org, Jewish Vocational Service. JVSChicago.org/career, Jewish Vocational Service. JVSChicago.org/jobs. JVSjobs.org, Jewish Vocational Service, Boston. JVSjobs.org, Networking Opportunities and Job Leads to Jewish Professionals. JVSlaw.org, Jewish Vocational Service, Los Angeles. JVSlaw.org, Jewish Vocational Service, Los Angeles. Kashrus.org, Kosher Living. Maven.co.il. Namati.org, Women's Labor Zionist. OUJobs.org, The Orthodox Union, Job Listings for Us, Canada and Israel. Rewards-eu.info/77089 Jewish Job Search. sfsu.edu/tilde-humadivis/careers_jewish.htm, Career Outlook for Jewish Studies. shalomdc.org/career_alljob.html, Jewish Federation of Greater Washington, D.C., Career Center, listings of local jobs in the Jewish community around Washington, D.C. shamaz.org/link/cool. Career Moves is a division of Jewish Vocational Service offering career counseling and job placement assistance. tavacenter.org, Tava Learning Center, Jewish Environmental Job Network. ujcfedweb.org, Career Section. volunteerzolut.org, Jewish Family and Career Services. zoa.org, Zionist Organization. Jewish Family Websites. jewishfederations.org. ajfca.org, Association of Jewish Family and Children's Agencies. archives.com/genealogy/family-heritage-jewish.html. atlantajcc.org. dovetailinstitute.org, Center for Muslim Jewish Engagement. familyzarch.org. familyzarch.org, Jewish Family History Search. genhomepage.com/jewish.html. help.familyzarch.org/kb/local_support/n/consultants/memos/n/Jewish genealogy resources 071907.pdf. interfaithfamily.com offers resources and services for interfaith couples and families exploring Jewish life. Italian-family-history.com/Jewish/genealogy.html. jewishboston.com. jewishfamilyhomecareaz.org. jewishfamilyservice.org, Colorado. jewishfamilyservice.org/services/community-resources, the Jewish Disabilities Network. jewishva.org/index.php?q =resources-family. jfandcs.com, Jewish Family and Child Service Toronto. jfcsboston.org. jfcsjax.org, Jewish Family and Community Services, JFCS, Jacksonville. jfcsmpls.org, Jewish Family and Children's Service of Minneapolis. jfcs-portland.org. jfsa.ca, Jewish Family Service Agency, Vancouver. jfsadoptionresources.org. jfshouston.org. jfslaw.org, Jewish Family Service of Los Angeles. jfsnashville.org, Jewish Family Service of Nashville and Middle Tennessee. jfsseattle.org, Jewish Family Service of Seattle. jfsvc.org/jewishresources.html, Ventura County, CA. jfsworcester.org, Jewish Federation of Central Massachusetts. jsu.org/Jewish-family-resources, Jewish Student Union. mazeltot.org, Denver. myheritage.com. mygewishhome.com. orjcf.org, Oregon Jewish Community Foundation. paloaltojcc.org, Albert L. Schultz Jewish Community Center. pjlibrary.org/parents-families/reading-tips-and-resources.aspx. pjlibrary.org/parents-families/reading-tips-and-resources/jewish-parents-links-and-blogs.aspx. shalom.com/resource.html. tjfs.org, Tampa Jewish Family Services. Jewish culture websites. Books about Judaism are at number 296 at the library. Hadassah.com, Jewish. ou.org/Jewish_action. momentmag.org. yiddishbookcenter.org. jewishmediaresources.org. shamaz.org/links/organizations. learn.jtsa.edu. hum.hug.ac.il/dinur. The Jewish History Resource Center is a project of the Diner Center for Research in Jewish History, and it includes over 6,000 links to websites in over 30 categories. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/open_source_Judaism. tbzbrookline.org/reality/adult.php, Jewish culture. chinajewish.org, Shanghai Jewish Community. jlicentral.com, the Jewish Learning Institute dinur.org/resources/resource keyword manual.aspx, Jewish History Resource Center. ujcweb.org. ducostery.com. sandiego.ujcfedweb.org. jewishinsandiego.org. thejewishweek.com. kosherblog.net. jewishaudio.org. laborzionist.org. urj.org, Reform Judaism. wayrt.org, Women. momentmag.com. ou.org, Orthodox. commentarymagazine.com. heritagefl.com, Heritage Florida Jewish News. targum.com, Horizons, Jewish Family Journal. jewishworldreview.com. thejc.com, Jewish Chronicle. jewishquarterly.org. jewishtelegraph.com. reformjudaismmag.org. tikkun.org. jewishtimes.com. kasharusmagazine.com, Kosher Food. hadassah.org. jewishexponent.com. ou.org. wayrt.org, Jewish Women. namati.org, Jewish Women. wiesenthal.com, Simon Wiesenthal Center. tracingthetribe.blogspot.com, the Jewish genealogy blog. yadvashem.org. Chabad.org/the Jewish Woman. Chabad.org. ducostery.com, your life story in a book, documenting Jewish life stories. mail-jewish.org. jewsonfirst.org. ash.com/literacy/Jewish history. jewishworldreview.com. jewishtribalreview.org. newjerseyjewishnews.com, New Jersey Jewish News. jewishaz.com/Jewish News. jewishvirtuallibrary.org. easysurf.cc/jew.htm. afhu.org. ash.com, Judaism, the Jewish website. ash.com/holidays, Jewish holidays. ajc.org, Jewish Committee. jnewswire.com. chabad.org. ajr.org.uk, the Association of Jewish Refugees. ajws.org, American Jewish World Service. alljudaica.com. allthingsjewish.com. americanjewisharchives.org. americanzfardifederation.org. aronson.com, books. artscroll.com. askienta.com. atlantajewishtimes.com. avodainu.com, info@avodainu.com, 800 Avatenu, Jewish genealogy. avodainu.com/ajbp.html, Jewish book publishers. beingjewish.com. bethezekiel.org/museum/exhibit.htm. bnaibirth.org/ijm. Canadian hadassahwizo.org. ccarnet.org, American Rabbis. Chabad.org. 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 chilifeline.org, 800-343-2527, Jewish Medical Support Group, Summer Camp for Kids. chernayak.on.ca/kollel. chosenpeople.com. cjh.org, Center for Jewish History. cjnews.com, Canada. cjp.org, Combined Jewish Philanthropies. claylorg, Jewish Wisdom. clevelandjewishnews.com. columbia.edu/cu/jsu. Congregations. cross-currents.com. cuny.edu/yevo, Jewish Research. dovetailinstitute.org, Jewish Christian. en.wikipedia.org/Jewish_summer_camps_in_Maine. faqs.org/FAQs/Judaism/reading-list/periodicals. feduja.org. floridajewishnews.com. fsumonitor.com. hatchai.com, books. Hadassah.org, HebrewCollege.edu, HebrewSongs.com, Hebroots.org, HebMagazine.com, Hillel.org, Students, HUC.edu, Reform, hum.hug.ac.il/dinur, the Jewish History Resource Center, Israel.nizernet.org/Israel, jiz-ed.org, jccnv.org, Jewish Community Center of Northern Virginia, jcron.co.uk, newspaper, jdc.org, the American Jewish Joint Distribution Committee, aids Jews in distress overseas, jewfaq.org, jewfaq.org, jewishagency.org, jewishappleseed.org, jewishaz.com, jewishblogging.com, jewishbooks.org, jewishculture.org, jewishduchess.org, Dutchess County, jewishencyclopedia.com, jewishencyclopedia.com, jewishexponent.com, jewishfamily.com, jewishfilm.com, jewishgen.com, genealogy, jewishgen.org, Jewish genealogy, jewishgen.org/HAGS, Jewish genealogy, jewishhartford.org, the Jewish community of Greater Hartford, CT, jewishinc.com, jewishinstitute.org.pl, Poland, jewishjournal.com, jewishlaw.org, jewishledger.com, jewishlife.org, jewishmag.com, jewishmusic.com, jewishnet.net, jewishomaha.org, jewishpost.com, jewishpub.org, books, jewishquarterly.org, jewishsef.com, jewishsightseeing.com, jewishsoftware.com, jewishsource.com, jewishtelegraph.com, England, Scotland, jewishtimes.com, jewish-traditions.info, jewishva.org, Virginia, jewishvideo.com, jewishvirtuallibrary.org, jewishvirtuallibrary.org, jewish-winnipeg.com, jewishworldreview.com, jewishworldreview.com, jews-for-allah.org, jewsforjudaism.org, jewwatch.com, anti-Jewish, jewwatch.com, keeping a close watch on Jewish communities, organizations, jeyrep.org, Jewish Radical Education Project, jgsnewyork.org, Jewish Genealogical Society Incorporated, jhsgw.org, Jewish History, Washington, D.C., jhvc.org, jnf.org, Jewish National Fund, jofa.org, joi.org, jonathandavidonline.com, books, jpfo.org, Jews for the Preservation of Firearms Ownership, jpr.org.uk, Policy Research, jr.co.il/hotsite/j-hdila.htm, Jewish Holidays, jtsa.edu, Conservative, jtsa.edu/library, Jewish Library, Judaism, Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com, judaism.miningco.com, jwmag.org, Jewish Woman, carben.com, books, kashrut.com, kosher information source, kayama.org, Jewish divorce, kippoti.com, kosherquest.org, koshersex.com, lilythmag.com, lubavitch.chabad.org, masua.org, maven.co.il, micahbooks.com, momentmag.com, motherlodejc.org, Jewish community in California, myjewishlearning.com, nic.funti.fi/pub/doc/bible/hebrew, NewJerseyJewishNews.com. ort.org/ng.htm, Jewish Youth. Orthohelp.com, Orthodox. OU.org, Orthodox Jews. Passoverzeit.org. Pitkron.com, Pittsburgh newspaper. Arabis.org, Orthodox. RadicalTorah.org, Jewish radical. randomhouse.com/Skoken. ReligiousTolerance.org. RHPA.org, Baptist Jews. rice.edu/campuslife/org/hillel. rj.org, Reformed Zionists. rudistoots.com, Jewish genealogy. rrc.edu, Reconstructionist. sallyfingaret.com, Jewish music. searchgive.com/charity/American_Jewish_joint_distribution_committee. sephardicjournal.org. sephardicstudies.org. sfjcf.org/jholidays, Jewish holidays. shalomla.net, Los Angeles. shalomscrapper.com, Jewish scrapbooking paper. shamazh.org. shamazh.org/kosher, kosher restaurants, Jewish. shamazh.org/trb/judaism.html. shamazh.org/trb/judaism.html. sites.hug.ac.il/journal/index.html, Jewish Studies. somethingjewish.co.uk. somethingjewish.co.uk. sukkot.com. sunpublications.com, Kansas City Jewish Chronicle. sunzite.unc.edu/Yiddish. teenisrael.org. theajc.nl.ca, Canada. thejewishjournal.com. thejewishweek.com. thejewishwoman.org. tikkun.org. tjc.8k.com, choral group singing Jewish music in Raleigh, NC. topjewishfoundation.org. torah.org. torahaura.com, Jewish books. torahtots.com. torahtots.com. totallyjewish.com. tzevos-hashem.org. uahc.org, American Hebrew. uahc.org, the Union of American Hebrew. uahc.org/rjmag. ujc.org, United Jewish Communities, 877-277-2477. urj.org, Customs and Traditions of Reform Jews. urj.org, Union for Reform Judaism. uscj.org/met New York/Middletown/Jewish.htm. usham.org, Holocaust Museum. wayrt.org. wijewishconference.org, the Wisconsin Jewish Conference. wnet.org/tenement, Museum. worldmonuments.org. yad-vashem.org.il. yahoo.com, Synagogue Schedules. zigzagworld.com/hunt5757.htm. zoots.com/cj/Judaic. jewfaq.org. joi.org, the Jewish Outreach Institute. Judaism. Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com. torahtots.com. urj.org. uscj.org/met New York/Middletown/Jewish.htm. American Jewish World Service. 15 West 26th Street. 9th FL. NYC 10010. 212-683-1161. Association of Jewish Libraries. 1327 Winter Creek Lane. Dunwoody, Georgia 30338. BearmanHouse.com. 800-221-2755. Cooper Shop. Jewish Museum. 1109 5th Avenue. NYC 10128. 212-423-3211. Ergo Media. New Jersey. 800-695-3746. JewishVideo.com. Gallery Robin. Jewish Life. Tennessee. 800-635-8279. Judaica-online.com. Glimpse of Judaica. California. 800-546-1776. Hamaker Judaica. 6112 North Lincoln Avenue. Chicago, Illinois 60659. 800-426-2567. JewishSource.com. Source for everything Jewish. Jewish Bookstore. 2028 Murray Avenue. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania 15217. 800 Judaism. Jewish Book Society. 800-234-3151. Jewish Lights Books. 800-962-4544. JewishLights.com. Jewish Currents Magazine. 22 East 17th Street. Number 601. NYC 10003. Jewish Homemaker Magazine. 391 Troy Avenue. Brooklyn, New York 11213. Jewish Monthly. 1640 Rhode Island Avenue. NW. Washington, D.C. 20036. Jewish Museum Shop. 1109 Fifth Avenue. NYC 10028. 212-860-1866. JewishMusic.com. 800-827-4000. Jewish Publication Society. 1930 Chestnut Street. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19103. 800-234-3151. Judaica Occasions. 800-336-2291. MonziNewYork.com/JudahCai. Carben Books. 6800 Tildenwood Lane. Rockville, Maryland 20852. 800-4 Carben. 800-452-7236. Carben.com. Museum of Tolerance Gifts. 800-553-5383. Reconstructionism Today. 30 Old Whitfield Road. Accord, New York 12404. Source for everything Jewish. Niles, I.L. 800-426-2567. United Synagogue Review. 155 Fifth Avenue. NYC 10010. Jewish Christian Love. Share bonds, respect differences. The most common interfaith marriage in our society is the Jewish-Christian marriage. If one or both aren't particularly religious and don't care much, it will be fine, but if each is strongly dedicated to their religions, they may try to convert the other or vigorously defend their religion, then try to raise their children that way at the exclusion of the other. The only solution is to talk it out rather than fight over it. The truth is that 40 years ago, interfaith marriages were a big deal. In today's world, I would hope that people are over it enough to marry out of love regardless of the religion they come from. Religion is just a systematic way to breed a conscience into somebody. If you have a good heart and a good conscience to start out with, you've won the game. You don't need an organized religion to guide you except for minor comfort, social connections, and some mild inspiration. Beyond that, don't take it all so hard. No one knows if God is real, but you can help the argument by living purely like God without bowing down to trivial bickerings over religious denominations. Just as with any interfaith relationship, Jewish-Christian love requires some give and take on both sides, but it shouldn't be that hard since Christianity is an offshoot of Judaism and still keeps the Old Testament as part of the Holy Bible, the only difference being that they believe Jesus was the Savior prophesied in the Old Testament, whereas Jews believe he didn't come yet. So whereas Christians have added the New Testament to the Old Testament, Jews live by the Old Testament only called the Torah. Because Jews are a minority in the US and Canada, at least half of them marry someone outside their faith, a so-called Gentile, so to speak. It's just the way it is by the law of probability. People of the Jewish faith make up approximately 6% of the general population in the Americas, so you have to look to outsiders for mates, especially if you live anywhere other than New York, because that's where the highest concentration of Jewish people is in the United States. Some zealous Orthodox Jews are very protective of their faith and feel threatened when their fellow Jews marry outside the faith, so if you belong to this flock of Judaism, be ready for opposition. If you're what is commonly called a Reform Jew, it means that you're modern and somewhat secular and the traditional rules of old don't bother you all that much. Jewish people in general are more zealous about their faith than Christians because they've been a persecuted minority all through history and now feel a need to protect it, so you might find your spouse very insistent on raising the children Jewish. Indulge his or her whims to a certain extent, but include Christian faith in there too. If anyone's too much of a religious zealot, think twice about the marriage unless you plan to convert to their point of view. Starting with the wedding itself, you should try for customs from both faiths in it, or if you're not particularly religious, keep it as secular and plain as possible. Many Jewish people in America don't know their heritage and often get a nostalgic need to learn about themselves by going to Israel and reading about it, which is not necessarily true of the Christian faith, so expect Jewish people to be more intense about their religion and culture than Christians in general. For Jewish people, it's a religion, a people, a country, and a culture, whereas Christians are all over the place with no unified group of people in their membership beyond the Christian part. Both people might be relatively secular, but when kids are born, the parents' real colors come out. Typically, they will each want the kid to be raised in their religious tradition. Be ready for a compromise, celebrating both religions with your children. It's good for the kid too. It gives him or her exposure to different sets of friends. A lot of people don't care about religion while they're young, but as they get older, they get into it more, so be ready for religious conflicts if either of you have intense personalities. This is why you should keep your child open to both faiths even if you're ambivalent about it for now. The basic rules are to explore each other's religion to a certain extent, respect each other's religion and raise your children mixed, to partake in both religions and learn a little of each. It's best not to deny one and go with the other, because if you do that, there will probably always be tension there with the in-laws and other deeply religious relatives. Often differences in basic life decisions are not personal, they're cultural, based on the different cultures people are raised in, so don't be too harsh when your spouse behaves out of cultural tradition. Ethnicity or ethnotherapy is an academic field that recognizes cultural differences among people and states that they don't necessarily mean that people are terribly different or don't like each other. It just means slow down, realize that we were raised differently, which means we are all different, so make allowances for your partner's individual cultural differences without going overboard in animosity or thinking they hate you. It could be just them the way they were raised. Play it cool, give them their space. Take your space when you need it. Don't try to convert your spouse to your religion. Be quietly respectful of their space, but don't impose yours on them, and don't take it personally if they're indifferent to your religion. They married you, not your religion. If you're a Jew, don't expect him or her to share your political views about the plight of Israel. If you want to explore your Jewish roots, that's great, but don't impose them on your spouse. Tell your friends not to spew off one-dimensional religious doctrine when they're at your house. If you want to visit the Holocaust Museum or Israel, invite your spouse, but don't push it on them. Religion is not part of the marriage. The relationship between you two as naked human beings without all the covering is what's really important. Jews, Christians, and most other religions divide the world into themselves and non-worshippers, with a general attitude of us as the chosen people, everybody else as the heathens, with very little room for cooperation, acceptance, and live and let live. Almost everybody feels alienated when they partake in their spouse's religion, like the woman who always feels strange when going into her husband's synagogue, so be ready for this isolation when you marry an other religion person. It will always be there to some extent. In most interfaith relationships, the parents-in-law are generally opposed to their child marrying outside the faith, but it's your life, you don't owe them anything. They had their shot, now it's your turn. Don't let them make you feel guilty. Follow your heart over the rules. The same goes for your priest, minister, or rabbi. If they're against it, don't let them manipulate you. After the wedding or when you get pregnant, everyone will want to know how you plan to raise your children. The most politically expedient answer is half and half. You will expose them to each religion equally and let them develop on their own based on what they like or don't like about either of them. For your children, make religion a way of life to build character, not just a label of either Jew or Christian or both. Don't be too serious about it with them. Let it develop naturally. Focus on them becoming good people, not necessarily what particular doctrine they know. Most kids will gravitate towards the group of the majority in your locality. If there are more Christians than Jews at their school, they will probably identify with them more and vice versa. Don't censor them. Let them do what they naturally feel is right within themselves. Buy books relevant to both faiths and bring them home. Take them to both the synagogue and the church and explain the differences. Take them to both Jewish and Christian religion classes for kids. The major Christian holidays are Christmas and Easter. The major Jewish holidays are Rosh Hashanah, Jewish New Year. Hanukkah/Hanukkah, victory of Jews over Syria, light burned miraculously for 8 days, menorah, the 9-pronged candlestick is the symbol. Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement, Sukkot/Simchat Torah, harvest festival 5 days after Yom Kippur. Passover, freedom of Jews as slaves from Egypt by Moses with help from God in the form of the 10 plagues, when Jews marked all Jewish homes with lamb's blood, the spirit of death bypassed them, killing all the firstborn of Egypt. The Seder is a ceremonial dinner during Passover. Christians have the cross and the Christmas tree as symbols, Jews have the Star of David and the menorah. Both have a coming-of-age ceremony. For Christians, it's first communication and confirmation. For Jews it's called a bar mitzvah. Jewish baby boys are generally circumcised, Genesis 17, in what is called Brit Milah. Jewish girls have a non-surgical ceremony called Brit Hashem, while Christians baptize their babies. A yarmulke is the thing Jewish men wear on their heads. Jews go to synagogue on Saturday, Christians go to church on Sunday. On the bright side, look at an interfaith coupling as an opportunity for new growth as you both learn about each other's culture and religion. Rather than segregating yourselves and protecting your religions, relish in them and share them with each other in a non-judgmental way. Be ready for the naysayers of both religions who will point their fingers and say you're each heathens for breaking God's law. Be ready to explain it to the kids when people tell them Jews and Christians aren't supposed to get married. Beware of the prejudice bug and the traitor bug, unconsciously hating or at least not liking people of other faiths and races even though you're in love with this person from another race and feeling that you betrayed yourself by choosing a suitor from another religion. If you feel like this, think twice before getting into an interfaith relationship. I've heard of a backlash from Jewish men against Jewish women, claiming that they're a bunch of obnoxious, controlling, wannabe princesses so they avoid them en masse and seek to marry someone outside the faith. It's even considered a sign of status for some assimilated Jewish men who feel they deserve a waspy white woman rather than the typical dark-haired, olive-skinned kosher girl. Just like some people convert to Judaism, some Jews convert to Christianity and still others unite in hybrid sects which keep one foot in both faiths like Jews for Jesus, a hybrid Jewish-Christian group. Some couples like to blame interfaith differences for every problem they have. Don't use this as the convenient dumping ground for your real issues in your life. When there's a death in the family, as with the parents, it may dispose their child to get sentimental about his faith, so be ready for a temporary upsurge in his or her religion and a general alienation from you and your religion for a while. Overall, the general consensus is that even if you consider yourself fairly liberal, you still relate to the religion of your youth and feel personally connected to it, so when it comes to children, weddings, funerals, holidays, etc., it's always about religion to some extent and it's personal, so if you don't talk about it, all THSE issues go unresolved seething beneath the surface, so you have to talk about them and keep the air crystal clear all the time. Some Jewish organizations offer seminars and workshops for Jewish people marrying outside the faith or already married to an other religion person. At the very least, these workshops give the players the opportunity to ventilate their feelings, talk them out and get them off their chests. Beyond some cultural differences, there will be differences in the way of food. Jews generally eat only kosher food. Sabbath, God's day, is the weekly Jewish day of rest on Saturday. 'Tis better to have an excess of faith than none at all. Try to celebrate the major holidays of each religion. Look around for a general church or liberal synagogue that you might both be happy in. You might find books on the subject at hashtag 306.843 or HQ 1031 at the library. Books about Christianity are at hashtag 200-289 at the library. Books about Judaism are at number 296. Interfaithfamily.com. Dovetailinstitute.org, Jewish Christian. nyu.edu/pages/sls/interfai/interfai.html, Jewish Christian couples. Commission on Reform Jewish Outreach. American Hebrew Congregations. 838 5th Avenue. NYC 10021. 212-249-0100. For interfaith couples. Dovetail Journal. For Jewish/Christian families. Dovetail Institute for Interfaith Family Resources. 775 Simon Greenwell Lane. Boston, Kentucky 40107. Fax, 502-549-3543. dip-ifr@bardstown.com. Dovetail Publishing. 3014 Folsom Street. Boulder, Colorado 80304. 303-444-8713. Jewish Christian Family Newsletter. Interfaith Community. 332 O'Connor St. Menlo, PK, CA 94025. 415-326-5330. Paravay. Alliance for Adult Children of Jewish Gentile Intermarriage. epub 2554. Washington, D.C. 20013-2554. Chapter 3. A Jewish Website Guide from feedspot.com. A list of Jewish news websites at feedspot.com/news/Jewish. This in jewishhistory.blogspot.com. Jewish Community Worldwide. jewishpress.com. Jewish Culture, History, Religion. myjewishlearning.com. jewishvoiceforpeace.org. American Jews. Forward.com. Jewish Telegraphic Agency, JTA. jta.org. Jewish News. jewishnews.timesofisrael.com. American Jewish World Service. ajws.org. Jewish Journal. jewishjournal.com. Jewish Currents. jewishcurrents.org. Smashing the Glass. smashingtheglass.com. Jewish World Watch. jww.org. Sydney Jewish Museum. sydneyjewishmuseum.com.au. Lilith Magazine. lilyth.org. Jewish Federation of Cleveland. jewishcleveland.org. Life in Israel. lifeinisrael.blogspot.com. Jewlicious the Jewish blog. Jewlicious.com. Rationalist Judaism. rationalistjudaism.com. A list of Jewish websites at blog.feedspot.com/Jewish_blogs. ajpjudaica.com/my-blog. ajws.org/blog. astroloju.blogspot.com. becomingjewish.net/blog-into-the-Jewish-pool. blog.cantorabbi.com. blog.jewishcincinnati.org. breakingmatzo.com. cjnews.com. dobbear.blogspot.com. forward.com. gatherdc.org. growingwiththeparsha.blog. humansofjudaism.com, jcrcboston.org/home/blog, jewish-histories.over-blog.com/rss, jewish-heritage-travel.blogspot.com, jewishcamp.org/blog, jewishchick.net, jewishcleveland.org/news/blog, jewishcurrents.org, jewishfoodhero.com, jewishinspire.com, jewishjournal.com, jewishlatinprincess.com/blog, jewishmorocco.blogspot.com, jewishnews.timesofisrael.com, jewishnews.timesofisrael.com, jewishpress.com/blogs, jewishrenaissance.org.uk/blog, jewishrenaissance.org.uk/blog, jewishsacredaging.com/category/blog, jewishspecialns.blogspot.com, jewishvoiceforpeace.org, jewishwritingproject.wordpress.com, jewlikius.com, jewschool.com, jewsforjesus.org, jta.org, jww.org/blog, lifeinisrael.blogspot.com, lilyth.org, manchesterjewishstudies.org, mindythebukienta.com, mirtanastrupauthor.com/blog, myjewishlearning.com/blogs, nbn.org.il, outobooks.com/?v=7516FD438a, ovation.org/news, popchassid.com, purejudaism.home.blog/blog, rationalistjudaism.com, rivkalevi.com, ruthschapira.com, sojewish.com, shanaialvarez.com, smashingtheglass.com, sydneyjewishmuseum.com.au/blog, thejc.com, thejewishlady.com/category/Judaism, theunorthodoxjew.blogspot.com, thisdinjewishhistory.blogspot.com, unitedhebrewth.org, washingtonjewishweek.com, yaleshahar.com, z-features.net/steve-zuriers-israel-blog. A list of Jewish news feeds at blog.feedspot.com/Jewish_RSS_feeds. ajpjudaica.com/my-blog. ajpjudaica.com/my-blog/f.rss. ajws.org/blog. ajws.org/feed. astroloju.blogspot.com. astroloju.blogspot.com/feed/posts/default?alt=RSS. becomingjewish.net/blog-into-the-Jewish-pool. becomingjewish.net/blog-into-the-Jewish-pool/feed. blog.cantorabbi.com. blog.cantorabbi.com/feed. blog.jewishcincinnati.org/feed. blog.jewishcincinnati.org. breakingmatzo.com. breakingmatzo.com/feed. cjnews.com. cjnews.com/feed. dobbear.blogspot.com. dobbear.blogspot.com/feed/posts/default?alt=RSS. feedspot.com/news/Jewish. forward.com/RSS. forward.com. gatherdc.org. gatherdc.org/feed. growingwiththeparsha.blog/feed. growingwiththeparsha.blog. humansofjudaism.com/feed. humansofjudaism.com. jcrcboston.org/feed. jcrcboston.org/home/blog. jewish-heritage-travel.blogspot.com/feed/posts/default?alt=RSS. jewish-histories.over-blog.com/RSS. Jewish-heritage-travel.blogspot.com. jewishcamp.org/blog. jewishcamp.org/blog/feed. jewishchick.net/feed. jewishchick.net. jewishcleveland.org/rss/index.xml. jewishcleveland.org/news/blog. jewishcurrents.org/feed. jewishcurrents.org. jewishfoodhero.com/feed. jewishfoodhero.com. jewishinspire.com/feed/post/default ?alt $RSS. jewishinspire.com. jewishjournal.com/feed. jewishjournal.com. jewishlatinprincess.com/blog. jewishlatinprincess.com/blog/feed. jewishmorocco.blogspot.com/feed/post/default ?alt $RSS $x=1. jewishmorocco.blogspot.com. jewishnews.timesofisrael.com/feed. jewishnews.timesofisrael.com. jewishpress.com/blog/feed. jewishpress.com/blogs. jewishrenaissance.org.uk/blog ?format $RSS. jewishrenaissance.org.uk/blog. jewishsacredaging.com/category/blog/feed. jewishsacredaging.com/category/blog. jewishspecialns.blogspot.com/feed/post/default ?alt $RSS. jewishspecialns.blogspot.com. jewishvoiceforpeace.org. jewishvoiceforpeace.org/feed. jewishwritingproject.wordpress.com/feed. jewishwritingproject.wordpress.com. jewlikius.com. jewlikius.com/feed. jewschool.com/feed. jewschool.com. jewsforjesus.org/feed. jewsforjesus.org. jta.org. jta.org/feed. jww.org/feed. jww.org/blog. lifeinisrael.blogspot.com. lifeinisrael.blogspot.com/feed/post/default ?alt $RSS. lilyth.org. lilyth.org/feed. manchesterjewishstudies.org. manchesterjewishstudies.org/news-blog/rss.xml. mindythebukienta.com/feed. mindythebukienta.com. mirtanastrupauthor.com/blog. mirtanastrupauthor.com/feed. mygewishlearning.com/blogs. mygewishlearning.com/feed. nbn.org.il/feed. nbn.org.il. outoftheorthodox.com. ovation.org/feed. ovation.org/news. popchassid.com/feed/?x=1. popchassid.com. purejudaism.home.blog/blog. purejudaism.home.blog/blog/feed. rationalistjudaism.com. rationalistjudaism.com/feed/post/default. rivkalevi.com. rivkalevi.com/feed. ruthschapira.com/feed. ruthschapira.com. sojewish.com. sojewish.com/feed. shanaealvarez.com/feed. shanaealvarez.com. smashingtheglass.com/feed. smashingtheglass.com. sydneyjewishmuseum.com.au/blog. sydneyjewishmuseum.com.au/blog/feed. thejewishLady.com/category/Judaism. thejewishLady.com/category/Judaism/feed. theunorthodoxjew.blogspot.com/feed/post/default. theunorthodoxjew.blogspot.com. This in jewishhistory.blogspot.com. This in jewishhistory.blogspot.com/feed/post/default?alt=sign RSS. UnitedHebrewTH.org/feed. UnitedHebrewTH.org. WashingtonJewishWeek.com. WashingtonJewishWeek.com/feed. YalesHahar.com/feed. YalesHahar.com. Z-features.net/feed. Z-features.net/Steve-Zuriers-Israel-blog. A list of UK Jewish websites at blog.feedspot.com/UK_Jewish_blogs. TheJC.com. JewishMuseumLDN.tumblr.com. JewishNews.timesofisrael.com. JewishRenaissance.org.uk/blog. JewishVoiceForLabor.org.uk. ReformJudaism.org.uk/news. SmashingTheGlass.com. UJS.org.uk/blog. A list of Jewish magazine websites at blog.feedspot.com/Jewish_magazines. TabletMag.com. AmiMagazine.org. JewishAction.com. JewishQuarterly.org. LilyTH.org. mag.jewishinseattle.org. mishpacha.com. mosaicmagazine.com. newvoices.org. orjewishlife.com. +61j.net.au. A list of Jewish mom websites at blog.feedspot.com/Jewish_mom_blogs. AmothAaronIsrael.com. BetweenCarpools.com. BuildingJewishBridges.org/blog. CrazyJewishMom.com. CreativeJewishMom.com. imabima.blogspot.com. JewishChick.net. JewishFoodHero.com. JewishLatinPrincess.com/blog. JewishMom.com. Kveller.com. outofthebox.com/?V=7516FD438. RabbiMom.com/blog. RaisingThemJewish.blogspot.com. SmashingTheGlass.com. WorthBeyondRubies.com. A list of Jewish mom no feeds at blog.feedspot.com/Jewish_mom_RSS_feeds. AmothAaronIsrael.com/feed. AmothAaronIsrael.com. BetweenCarpools.com. BetweenCarpools.com/feed. BuildingJewishBridges.org/blog/feed. BuildingJewishBridges.org/blog. CrazyJewishMom.com/feed. CrazyJewishMom.com. CreativeJewishMom.com. Feeds.feedburner.com/CreativeJewishMom/CZJW. Feeds2.feedburner.com/imabima. imabima.blogspot.com. JewishChick.net/feed. JewishChick.net. JewishFoodHero.com. JewishFoodHero.com/feed. JewishLatinPrincess.com/blog. JewishLatinPrincess.com/feed. JewishMom.com/feed. JewishMom.com. Kveller.com. Kveller.com/feed. outofthebox.com/V=7516FD438. outofthebox.com/feed/?V=7516FD438. RabbiMom.com/feed. RabbiMom.com/blog. RaisingThemJewish.blogspot.com. RaisingThemJewish.blogspot.com/feed/post/default?alt=RSS. SmashingTheGlass.com/feed. SmashingTheGlass.com. WorthBeyondRubies.com/feed. WorthBeyondRubies.com. A list of Jewish podcasts at blog.feedspot.com/Jewish_podcasts. To NewJerseyB.com. ajewishlife.org/podcast-2. ChalkHamedianashim.org/category/podcast. davidsolomon.online/podcasts. elmadi.pards.org/topic/the-Jewish-story. jewish.podbean.com. jewishbookspot.blogspot.com/p/listen.html. jewishhistory.fm. jewishlatinprincess.com/jewish-latin-princess-podcast. jewishwisdom.co/podcasts. judaismunbound.com. jwa.org/podcast/canwetalk. keepingjewishweird.com. soundcloud.com/johnnygould. tabletmag.com/author/unorthodox. treyfpodcast.wordpress.com. holyjewish.libzn.com. yecahsmith.com/podcast-library. tunein.com/podcast/religion-podcast/trending-jewish-p11371882. Chapter 4. Jewish Love Guide. Jewish Love Info. If a woman's kindness is boundless, then her rage can also have no limits. A good wife is the best gift for a husband, and an evil wife is a terrible ulcer for a man. The Talmud. Marriage is sharing, total commitment, a desire to become one. If a father marries off his daughter to a boor, it is as though he chained her and placed her before a lion. Talmud. The Torah, the Jewish religious book which is the Christian Old Testament before Jesus was born, is very conservative in its approach to sex and love. However, a problem implicit with the Jewish religion is that some of the many sects and movements that have evolved are as different as night and day, such that some of the more conservative Jewish factions refuse marriage to anyone else but a member of their sect, especially not marriage to a liberal or Reform Jew. As far as I know, there are Orthodox, conservative, Reform, liberal and secular Jews with more classifications I haven't even heard of. The big clash is between the Orthodox traditional Jews and the liberal Reform ones. If the marriage partners have different leanings or come from the two different polarities, it might be wise not to go through with it, firstly because intertribal differences are often more brutal than others, since you're dealing with people you know and often feel more free with voicing your dislikes rather than using discretion, and secondly, the Orthodox Jew will see it only one way, his way, the absolute right way. There will be no compromise to these people. They're stuck on tradition and that's it. The major Jewish holidays followed by their Hebrew dates are as follows. 2 B'Shavat, Arbor Day, -15 Shvat, January. Purim, Feast of Lots, -14 Adar, March. Shushan Purim -15 Adar, March. Pesa, Passover, 5 to 21, 22, Nisan, April. Holocaust Martyrs Remembrance Day, April-May. Memorial Day for Israel's Fallen Soldiers, April-May. Independence Day -5 Iyar, April-May. Lag B'Omer L8 Iyar, April-May. Jerusalem Day -28 Iyar, May-June. Shavuot, Pentecost, -6, 7, Sivan, May-June. Tisha B'Av, Fast of the 9th Av, July-August. Rosh Hashanah, New Year. 2 days, September-Oct. Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement, -10 Tishri, Sept-Oct. Sukkot, Tabernacles, -15 to 21 Tishri, September-Oct. Shmini Esreit/Simchat Torah, Rejoicing of the Law, -22 Tishri, September-Oct. Yitzhak Rabin Memorial Day -12 Heshvan, October Nov. Hanukkah -24 Kislev 2 Teves, November Dek. The Passover represents the freedom of Jews as slaves from Egypt by Moses with help from God in the form of the 10 plagues. When Jews marked all Jewish homes with lamb's blood, the spirit of death bypassed them, killing all the firstborn of Egypt. The Seder is a ceremonial dinner during Passover. Jews generally eat only kosher food, which means clean food. Kosher food abides by the following formula. I give you seed-bearing plants which are on the face of all the earth, and every tree which has seed-bearing fruit, to you I have given it as food. Genesis 1, 29-30. According to the kosher Jewish diet, only animals with cloven hooves that eat plant-based food are allowed to be eaten like cows, sheep, and goats, not pork. Fish with gills and fins are permitted but not shellfish. Non-animal eating birds are permitted like the hens and turkeys of the farm but not the predatory birds like hawks and eagles. All blood from all meat is to be drawn off by salting the meat and curing it. Jewish religious books are at hashtag 295-296 at the library. Judaism. Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com/library/2_sex/bl_boteach_d.htm. Judaism. Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com/od/sexy and judaism/index.htm. koshersex.com. myjewishlearning.com/ideas_sex_ity/overview_judaism_and/sex_ity/sex_masturbathon_dorfef.htm, masturbation in Judaism. socculture.jewish. socculture.jewish.parenting. jtsa.edu, conservative. huc.edu, reform. arabis.org, orthodox. rrc.edu, reconstructionist. ash.com. ajc.org, Jewish Committee. allthingsjewish.com. askienta.com. atlantajewishtimes.com. bnaibirth.org/ijm. chilifeline.org, 800-343-2527, Jewish Medical Support Group, Summer Camp for Kids. cherniyak.on.ca/kollel. chosenpeople.com. Claylorg, Jewish Wisdom. jewishfamily.com. jewishjournal.com. jewishsource.com. jewishinc.com. jewishpost.com. jewishvideo.com. jewishmusic.com. jewishpub.org. jewishsoftware.com. jewishsparks.org. jewishworldreview.com. jewsforjudaism.org. jham.com/lifecycle/marriage/hollytza.htm, Jewish Heritage Online Magazine. Judaism. Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com. judaism.miningco.com. kayama.org, Jewish divorce. kipoti.com. lilythmag.com. maven.co.il. Members Dead website /jufake. momentmag.com. nic.funti.fi/pub/doc/bible/hebrew. ou.org. rice.edu/campuslife/org/hillel. shamazh.org/kosher, kosher restaurants, Jewish. shamazh.org/trb/judaism.html. sites.hug.ac.il/journal/index.html, Jewish Studies. sukkot.com. tikkun.org. totallyjewish.com. uahc.org/rjmag. wayrt.org. zigzagworld.com/hunt5757.htm. zoots.com/cj/judaic. American Jewish Congress. 155 East 84th Street. NYC 10028. 212-879-4500. Book of Jewish Thought, a journal of Torah scholarship. Orthodox Union. 333 7th Avenue. NYC 10001. Central Conference of American Rabbis. 192 Lexington Avenue. NYC 10016. 212-684-4990. Fax 212-689-1649. Dovetail Newsletter for Christian Jewish Families. 3014 Folsom Street. Boulder, Colorado 80304. Ergo Media. 668 Front Street, Teaneck, New Jersey 07666. 800-695-3746. Videos about Jewish life. Lilith, the Jewish Women's Magazine. 250 West 57th Street, number 1328. New York, New York 10019. 212-757-0818. Menorah, Sparks of Jewish Renewal. Public Resource Center. 1747 Connecticut Avenue, NW. Washington, D.C. 20009. 202-483-7902. Rabbinical Assembly. 3080 Broadway, NYC 10027. 212-678-8060. Fax 212-749-9166. Synagogue Council of America. 327 Lexington Avenue, NYC 10016. 212-686-8670. Union of American Hebrew Organizations. 838 Fifth Avenue, NYC 10021. 212-249-0100. Union of Orthodox Jewish Congregations of America. 333 7th Avenue, 18th FL, NYC 10001. 212-563-4000. United Synagogue of Conservative Judaism. 155 5th Avenue, NYC 10010. 212-533-7800. World Union for Progressive Judaism. 838 5th Avenue, New York, New York 10021. 212-622-2170. Jewish Sex Info. According to Jewish law, sex is not viewed as shameful, sinful, or obscene. It is a holy special good deed. God said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply. Genesis 1:28. Although sexual desire comes from the evil impulse, Yetzer Hara, it is no more evil than hunger or thirst, which also come from the evil impulse. Sexual desire must be controlled and channeled. When sexual desire is satisfied between a husband and wife out of mutual love and desire, sex is then a special holy mitzvah. King Solomon's book called Song of Songs is the Talmud's love book called the Holy of Holies, the most sacred biblical text. I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. Song of Songs 6:3. Sex is permitted only within the context of a marriage. Jewish law forbids sexual contact outside of the context of marriage, recognizing that such contact will inevitably lead to intercourse. The primary purpose of sex is to reinforce the loving marital bond between husband and wife. The first and foremost purpose of marriage is companionship. Sexual relations play an important role. Procreation is also a reason for sex, but sex between husband and wife is permitted when conception is impossible, such as when the woman is pregnant, after menopause, or when the woman is using a permissible form of contraception. The need for physical compatibility between husband and wife is recognized in Jewish law. A Jewish couple must meet at least once before the marriage, and if either prospective spouse finds the other physically repulsive, the marriage is forbidden. Sex for selfish personal pleasure, without regard for the partner's pleasure, is wrong. A man may never force his wife to have sex. A couple may not have sexual relations while drunk or quarreling. The Torah forbids masturbation, sex outside the marriage, and the pursuit of parent interests like strip clubs or pornography. It takes a sacred view of the marriage bond and cautions you never to talk about your love life to more than one other person at the same time. In other words, keep it private. Don't blab about your problems to everyone at work. Sex is the most important thing that keeps a couple happy. It's a necessity that has to be done right to engender true happiness. Men aren't allowed to use women as sex objects. They must please them so that they reach orgasm before the guy. Unless you can please your woman, she won't bond with you. Talk to her with soft love talk. Don't have sex unless she's ready, willing, and able. Don't go too fast. When you please her, you wipe away the inhibitions and become bonded. Jewish philosophy does not concern itself with guilt or thoughts of the past. The essence of Jewish thought is geh weiter, a sense of moving forward, not looking back to feel guilty or brood. In this sense, Jewish thought is very liberal. It wants deep love, friendship, and great sex for couples within the confines of marriage. Sex is sacred, a meeting of souls as already discussed. Although some religions want a minimum of sex just for procreation, the Jewish religion believes we must find God on earth and love our lives here as we would in heaven, which why sex is a great thing between a loving couple. The biggest secret is to be a husband outside of the bedroom as well as in it. Help with the housework. When she has a baby, help her take care of it. Conventional Judaist thought proclaims that the best position is the missionary, the only one where we face each other and have the ability to kiss while we screw. Women like this close on top embrace. No position comes close to the good old, straight out, go for it missionary. God made our physical bodies. They're beautiful. We should love our bodies, our lovers' bodies, cherish them and enjoy the physical pleasure we get from them. We don't have to be frivolous or vain about it, just do it unashamed as a natural course of events. Modesty is a virtue. Enjoy sex with your spouse, but don't go all over the place trying experimental things to enhance it. Keep it basic. If the love ain't there, nothing will make the sex great. In the Torah, it says Adam came to know his wife Eve, which implies that he came to know her spiritually, personally, and sexually, not just as a sex object. The lesson of the Torah is to see sex as an extension of the love you feel for your partner. Under Jewish law, the man is obligated to give his wife pleasure by consciously striving to do so, not just trying to get his rocks off. Ona means sexual rights, and to withhold sex is physical pain, which is not right by Jewish law. Men and women are different in the flesh, but in their souls they are alike, which is where they should strive to touch each other during the love-making process. The crux is emotional intimacy through physical contact. Strive for spiritual and physical unity as a couple through sex. Probably the crassest statement I ever heard about sex is that the guy gets on top of the girl and relieves himself as though going to the bathroom, then when he's got it out, he gets off and goes to sleep. This is sex, free and pure. By itself, it feels great, it's necessary enough such that we've been passing our genes on, reproducing the species for a long time, so it's there in basic form, but presumably we're more civilized than living it out in that lowest common denominator gutter. We have to elevate ourselves out of it by caring for our lovers, putting some warmth and emotion into it, and making us both feel special and gooey when we engage in the act. In order to have great sex, you gotta love the process and love each other. With the casual attitude of sex in modern society, with the callousness of the media that promotes it everywhere, and with all the shameless people who exploit it to try to make money and look cool, is it any wonder why sex has lost its sacredness among many people? With all this in-your-face sexuality out there, it seems to have lost its specialness, its flair, which is why a lot of people, even married couples, could care less about it. They just go off, do their own things, and maybe find lovers on the side or get some of the sexy images from the media and masturbate to get off. In a truly loving relationship, sex is always there as a major wonderful part of sharing the journey. You have to respect it as a high source of pleasure and try for it, not just get cynical about it as you each go off into the fantasies of your minds the older you get, thereby alienating the lovemaking that you're entitled to and should be having. Some very conservative Jews believe that oral contact with the genitals is bad, and even staring at your partner's body leads to erotic obsessions of body parts rather than loving her as a whole, while other Jews believe that anything a man and woman do together to maximize happiness in a married relationship is fine, provided they both feel comfortable about it. There are traditional Jews and conservative Jews, and they all choose what they want to do. The medieval Jewish thinker Maimonides, Guide for the Perplexed, was liberal and believed what a couple did out of love to each other was all right, even oral sex, which he called kissing the sex organs. Onanism refers to the passage in the Bible when Onan withdrew from his sister-in-law Tamar because he didn't want to father a baby with her which he would be responsible for, which was the custom of ancient Judea, that the brother of a dead man could have sex with his wife to continue the family line, Genesis 38, 8-10. This was called spilling his seed, a form of birth control to willfully prevent pregnancy, which is wrong in Jewish law, but other forms of sex for pure pleasure and not reproductive intercourse are all right because they pursue pleasure and cement the bond between man and wife. A woman should dress modestly in public but can dress as provocatively as she wants with her husband. True love should be total commitment. Love is all about humility. The argument against masturbation is that anything you do that lessens the intimacy between the couple is bad, including doing it to yourself. If you go away on business trips and feel it's better to masturbate than cheat, the Jewish rabbi will say you shouldn't go on long business trips to be away from your wife. It's the same argument against prostitution, pornography, fetishes, and all other alternative forms of exploratory sex. Anything that comes between you two as a couple is bad, and these things encourage sexual addiction and satisfaction for one, not the two loving each other as a couple. I've seen liberal rabbis argue against this, saying that good porn and alternative sexual explorations can enhance a relationship rather than muffle it. So there you have it. Even the holy men in Judaism can't agree on what's good, so in the end, follow your heart, do what you feel right about. Niddah is an Orthodox Jewish religious custom forbidding married couples to touch from the beginning of menstruation until a week after menstruation has ceased. Sex may never be used as a weapon against a spouse, either by depriving the spouse of sex or by forcing it. A man has a duty to give his wife sex regularly and to ensure that sex is pleasurable for her. The woman's right to sexual intercourse is referred to as ona, and is one of a wife's 3 basic rights. The others are food and clothing. Although sex is the woman's right, she does not have the absolute right to withhold it from her husband. A woman may not withhold sex from her husband as a form of punishment, and if she does, the husband may divorce her without paying the substantial divorce settlement provided for in the marriage contract. One passage in the Talmud states, a man may do whatever he pleases with his wife. You can't have a marriage without a commitment. Sex with someone that you love is holy because you are doing it more to please your partner than to please yourself. That is why Jewish law says that the man is obligated to satisfy the woman. It takes a woman much longer to have an orgasm than it does a man. Sex without love is temporary, whereas sex with someone you love leaves a lasting feeling of oneness and well-being. Jewish sex websites: JewFAQ.org, myjewish-learning.com/life/sex_and_sexuality.html. timeslive.co.za/lifestyle/article 432846.e/sex-and-the-Jewish-mystic. jewishjournal.com/tribe/article/everything_wanted_know_about_to_where_ask_your-rabbi. Shidduch/the Jewish arranged marriage system. jan-lee.suite10one.com/shidduch-the-jewish-arranged-marriage-system-a193216. Jewish dating websites: jewishdatingreview.com, jdate.com, ace.com/dating/advice, jewishmingle.com, jretromatch.com, supertova.com, jdate.com, jewisherthodoxsingles.blogspot.com, jewishmingle.com, jretromatch.com, jewishmatches.com, fromster.com, jewishdatingandmarriage.com, urbantraditional.com, thejewishsingles.com, jsingles.com, letmypeoplego.com, matzahmate.com, nicejewish.com, orthodate.com, singlejew.com, fromster.com, urbantraditional.com, yid.com, dosidate.org, haaretz.com, jdating.com, jdate.com, jdate.co.il, jewishcafe.com, jewishcupid.com, jewishfriendfinder.com, jewishmatchmaker.com, jewishvegan.com, jewishfriends.com, jewishmeeting.com, jgreat.com, jkarma.com, jmatch.com, jmates.com, jmeet.com, jsoulmate.com, jmatch.com, thejewishpeople.org/jsc/college.html, jretromatch.com, jewishjournal.com, fast-jewish-dating.blogspot.com, jromances.com, shoshanasmatches.com, matzahmate.com, newyorkblueprint.com, jewishworldreview.com/0804/political_classify, ds.asp, beshert.com, Jewish Matchmaker, jssn.org, Jewish Sports and Social Network, Dating, Dead website, trythoughtco.com, verywell.com, thebalance.com/od/choosing online sites/qt/j, Jewish, maven.co.il, Jewish search engine, over 40wanamari.blogspot.com, for single Jews, jretromatch.com/Jewish_singles_advice.aspx, jewishdating247.com, jdate.com, jlove.com, jewishcafe.com, jewishmingle.com, spiritjewishsingles.com, jewishmatcher.com, jqscorp.com, Jewish social network just for fun personals.com/jewish-personals.html, jdance.com, jewishcafe.com, meatmarketadventures.com, jewishmingle.com, jewishfriendfinder.com, jewishmatch.com, personals-jewish.org, jewishsingelisusa.com, jewishmatchmaking.com/travel_info.html, jewishadventures.com, Jewish singles travel, premar-jewish-singles.com/home.htm, jewishmeatmarket.com, jewishfriendfinder.com, thejewishpeople.org, jewish-singles-travel.camerasbymail.co.nz, to become one.us, ash.com/dating, executivejewishdating.com, fromster.com, jotters.com, meaningfullife.com, jdhub.com, jewishamericans.com, jewishfriendfinder.com, jewishdating.com, jewishmingle.com, jewishqualitysoulmates.com, jewish.com, jewish.com/jb, jewishcafe.com, jewishconnect.com, jewishinc.com, jewishmatch.com, jewishmingle.com, jewishpost.com, jmatch.com, jtrue.com, metrodate.com/jewish, meatmarketadventures.com, moguls.com/New Jersey S, 800-666-4857, annual Jewish singles ski trip, nayarishta.com, ont.org/Jewish/Talmud.html, go to entertainment then dating, perfectmatch.com, personals-jewish.org/Jewish-dating, premierjewishintroductions.com, singles-jewish.org/Jewish-dating-websites.html, singlesnet.com, jewishsingley.com, true.com, yid.com, hannity.com/hannydate, jmeet.com, creative-events.com, Boston and National, en.docide.com/event_list.php?, Jewish, jccindy.org, Indianapolis, jewishconnect.com, Jewish singles events for South Florida, jewishcupid.com/events/index2.html, jewishnetwork.com, jewishsinglaynews.com, jsoulmate.com, Jewish, koshersinglay.org, Hartford, New Haven, Springfield, CT. LetMyPeoplego.com, Jewish Singles Events. Bahuriya.planetjewish.com/jp/events. jewishsinglaynews.com, jewishnetwork.com, newyorkblueprint.com, Jewish Events, NYC. shidduchsite.com/events.php, Jewish Events, Greater Washington, 301-230-3766. shoshanasmatches.com/date.html, Jewish, NYC. alt.personals.jewish. American Jewish Congress. 800-221-4694. ajcongresstravel.com. Tours for singles at different age ranges. You don't have to be Jewish. Choices. London, England. 0181-203-4661. Jewish Dating Agency. Creative events and introductions, for Jewish singles. Newton, Massachusetts, 02461. 617-818-1057. International Connector for Jewish Singles. Midwest Jewish Singles Connection. 9205 Western Avenue. Number 316. Omaha, Nebraska, 68114-2295. Jewish Connection. Matchmaking Services. Mill Valley, California, 94941. 415-388-0118. Jewish Connection. San Francisco, California, 94102. 415-351-1508. Jewish Connections Inc. 110 Martyr Avenue. Moorestown, New Jersey, 08057. 856-638-0222. Jewish Dating Service. New Haven, Connecticut, 06510. 203-777-6666. Jewish Dating Service. Stamford, Connecticut, 06901. 203-325-9935. Jewish Dating Services. 1260 New Britain Avenue. West Hartford, Connecticut, 06110. 860-920-5340. 860-561-3250. Jewish Dating Service. 7515 Wayzata Boulevard. Minneapolis, Minnesota, 55426. 952-542-9790. Jewish Matchmakers. Skokie, Illinois, 60076. 847-674-4022. Jewish Quality Singles Incorporated. 2578 Broadway. Number 121. New York, New York, 10025. 212-663-6127. 212-613-6236. Jewish Singles Tours. Pub 211. Brookline, Massachusetts, 02446. 617-782-3396. thinkjewish.com/JSV. Jewish Singles Magazine. Pub 728. Bloomfield, Connecticut, 06002. 203-243-1514. Jewish Singles Magazine. Pub 247. Newton, Massachusetts, 02159-0002. 617-278-4330. El Charm, the Jewish Singles. Resource. 300 South Dahlia Street. Denver, Colorado, 80246. 303-394-3370. MNF. London, England. 0181-340-5616. Jewish Dating Agency. Jewish Sex Education. JewFAQ.org/sex.htm. JewsOnFirst.org/sex.html. JewsOnFirst.org/sex-ed.html. Jewish Wedding Info. Husband, be consecrated unto me as my wife according to the laws of Moses and Israel. I will love, honor, and cherish you, I will protect and support you, and I will faithfully care for your needs as prescribed by Jewish law and tradition. Wife, in accepting the wedding ring, I pledge you all my love and devotion, and I take upon myself the fulfillment of all the duties incumbent upon a Jewish wife. Jewish marriage contract in the Ketubah. The Jewish wedding contract is called a Ketubah with religious blessings to sanctify the marriage in the eyes of God. The ceremony is called Kiddushin, which means sanctification. Traditionally, in the old days, wedding ceremonies went on for 7 days, but nowadays there's a middle ground approach of having fun and proclaiming the marriage joyously to the community with some restraint, saving the money for the couple to start a future together rather than spend it all on the festivities. Jewish weddings are not allowed to take place on the Sabbath or on any of the major holidays. Jewish people in general are very focused on the family as the center of life. The purpose of mitzvahs in general is to meet other Jewish people and be on the lookout for a mate, or maybe others will be looking at you as a possible mate for their kids or grandkids. When the marriage takes place, the father doesn't give the bride away. Both sets of parents are there to see to it that the two young lovers are consecrated to each other. A lot of Jewish weddings are the same as any other wedding, with the proposal, asking the father for permission to marry his daughter, showers, the best man, etc. Some Jewish traditions are: Oifrev, Torah honor to the groom. Sabbath/Saturday before the wedding, the groom reads out of the Torah his wishes for a happy and fruitful life at the synagogue, followed by Kiddush, an informal party. The guests might throw little bags of raisins at him when he's done and walking back to his chair for a fruitful life, as they say. Mikveh. Traditional ritual bath. Wife takes 1 to 7 days before the wedding day, after which she doesn't see the groom until the wedding. At the ceremony, the groom arrives with his father and father-in-law, then lowers the veil that the girl is wearing to make sure she's the right one, not like Jacob got fooled when he married the veiled Leah instead of Rachel, the one he really loved in the Bible. Jewish wedding ceremonies are often held outdoors, under a canopy, as a symbolism of God's promise to Abraham and his people that they would have as many descendants as there are stars in the sky. The wedding takes place under a chuppah/huppah, a four-cornered canopy of cloth like a tent without walls, just the roof with a pole in each corner, often decorated with flowers. This symbolizes the new home of the couple. This is where the ceremony is held, kind of the equivalent of a Christian altar. The parents stand there underneath it with the bride and groom. The two fathers escort the groom to the chuppah, the two mothers escort the bride, or you could have each set of parents escorting their child to the chuppah where the rabbi is. The chuppah could be set up in a fixed position or held up by attendants during the ceremony. The bride and groom with their parents and attendants go to the chuppah. The service is usually conducted in Hebrew and English. The two mothers who accompany the bride could carry candles. The bride then circles around the groom 7 times, symbolizing entering the 7 spheres of the groom's soul, while music plays in the background. The rabbi does his initial prayers and psalms. The ancient Aramaic wedding vow, which the groom says just before he puts the ring on the bride's right forefinger, could be read in Hebrew. Behold, thou art consecrated unto me with this ring according to the law of Moses and of Israel. Hari et mikudeshe li b'tabat zokedat Moshe v Israel. The bride and groom take a drink of ceremonial wine and are blessed by the rabbi. The groom gives the bride a gold wedding ring. The marriage contract or ketubah is read aloud and presented to the couple. In traditional/conservative weddings, the bride never gives the groom a ring, but in liberal ceremonies, she could if she wants. If the bride gives the groom a ring, she says a vow that's about the same as this. The ketubah, the marriage agreement, is read, often in Hebrew by the rabbi, or it could be in English and Hebrew, or just in English. It's signed and witnessed and given to the bride for safekeeping. After this, 7 Marriage blessings are read over the wine, preferably by 2 or more people. The higher status and the more people who read the vows, the higher the honor. The couple drinks it to symbolize taking it in. The empty glass is then placed in a handkerchief, handed to the groom, who puts it on the floor and steps on it to break it, a superstitious gesture with many myths about its origin, but it's just done for luck these days. Everybody shouts Mazel Tov when the glass breaks. The breaking of the glass is symbolic of the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem and serves as a reminder that even on such a joyous occasion, we should remember that others are not so fortunate. The service ends with the recessional. The bride and groom walk away, followed by the bride's parents, the groom's parents, the attendants, the rabbi, and the cantor, if one is there. The couple is now officially man and wife and are led to a private room to symbolically consummate the wedding. They usually have a drink and a snack in a ceremony called union/yuhud/seclusion. These few minutes give the couple a brief time to be alone. It symbolizes the couple's right to privacy. The couple shares their first meal together. The couple comes back out, the congregation cheers, then they start to party. There is no reception line as is popular with Christian weddings. The reception often begins with a blessing of the challah, a loaf of braided bread that symbolizes the sharing of families and friends. The wedding loaf is blessed, cut, and passed around to everyone. The meal ends with grace and 7 special benedictions sung in Hebrew. The bride and groom are king and queen for a day, so the band plays, everybody dances around them and may put them each in a chair and raise them up in the air for a minute or two. You might want to hire a Jewish caterer. After the dance, everybody sits down. The wedding cake comes out with dessert. You eat, then start dancing again for as long as you want. Charity/tzedakah is a part of Jewish custom, so in this happy time, it's prudent not to forget the less fortunate. The parents may make a charitable contribution in the name of the new couple or may donate the leftover flowers, food, and wedding gown to others less fortunate. If you want liberal, secularized features in your wedding or have any problems like a previous divorce, go see your rabbi to straighten things out in advance. If you're marrying a non-Jew, find a Reform rabbi to do the ceremony because traditional rabbis won't do it. Put the wedding invitations in English and Hebrew. The bride's parents typically pay for the wedding while the groom's parents can help out or chip in with the down payment on the house. In order for your children to qualify for Israeli citizenship, you have to do basic Jewish traditions with them while growing up. An Orthodox rabbi won't marry a non-Jew to a Jew. Sometimes they won't even marry a newly converted Jew if converted by a Reform rabbi. Some Orthodox and conservative rabbis may require a religious divorce decree called a get gotten through the synagogue if you're marrying again after a divorce. Other than that, a Jewish wedding is pretty well the same as any other one, so get the details at either wedding websites, bridal mags, or at number 395 at the library. A lot of Jewish men don't want to marry Jewish women, or there aren't as many around as Christians, so there are a lot of Jewish Christian weddings these days. Books about Jewish weddings are at #395.22 or BM713 at the library. ash.com/jl/l/m/489698441.html, Guide to the Jewish Wedding. JewishWeddingNetwork.com/Jewish-wedding-traditions. Do-it-yourself-weddings.com/Jewish-wedding-tradition.html, Jewish Wedding Tradition Westchester-weddings.com/humor_Jewish_brides_advice.asp. gnv.fdt.net/tilde/s/andrew/wedglossary.html. jewfaq.org/marriage.htm. rabbinetwork.com, Jewish and interfaith marriages. rabbirentals.com. synagogues.com. jewishwedding.org. marriageservices.org. ourjewishwedding.com. 877 Ourjwi. Rabbinic Center for Research and Counseling. 125 East Dudley Avenue, Westfield, New Jersey, 07090. Get the names of Reform rabbis in your area.